So we worked for 2 years, studying, collating pictures and getting all the history together. So we have lots of stories dating back from Victorian times to the present day. But the Queen, I think there's a big interest in the Queen, who's known as Lilibet when she was younger. And really, they had a very loving family. I think people tend to think that the warmness and good family unit sort of began from Diana, but in fact, I think really when Queenie was younger, that's with her mother and father, and they lived in 145 Piccadilly, but then obviously moved to Buckingham Palace, and they were taught by Corfey and other people too. But Lilibet was a very organised character, and she was very different to her sister Margaret. Margaret was very wild and very arty, whereas Lilibet was incredibly organised. But there was they were obviously typical little sisters as well, and occasionally they used to have their own little fights. And Lilibet was known for her fast left hook, and Margaret was a real brawler, so they used to have their little fights. But one of the funniest things, and really there wasn't that many funny things, is that Lilibet, she used to find her French lessons very boring, very, very boring. And so she suddenly thought, oh, what can I do? And she sat there and she literally picked up her ink pot, blue ink, and just poured it all over her head. So all this ink was like going through her little blondish curls, and obviously it stopped her French lesson. That sounds very naughty for her, but she was a very good girl, but it's quite a funny insight. You can just imagine the horror, and everyone rushed out of the lessons and tried to clear her up. So it's